Welcome to Unleash Curiosity by Vital Pet Life.
I'm Dr. Amber De Silva, veterinarian and advocate for integrative pet care.
And I'm Donie Yamamoto, founder and CEO of Vital Pet Life. We're so glad you're here.
This is a space where curiosity, compassion, and science converge, where we explore the powerful mind-body connection that supports your pet's health and your own.
Each week, we'll dive deep into the world of pet wellness, breaking down myths, exploring ingredients, and learning from expert voices across the industry.
From nutrition and sustainability to transparency and advocacy, we're here to help you feel more confident, connected, and informed in your care choices.
So let's get into it, because when we know better, we do better. This is Unleash Curiosity.
Welcome back to Unleashed Curiosity by Vital Pet Life podcast, breaking it down with Dr. Amber. Join us as I break down the ingredients in our product, Vital Pet Life's fish oil.
So Dr. Amber, can you share with us the benefits of fish oil?
So fish oil is some pretty amazing stuff. It supports skin and coat health. The omega fatty acids in our fish oil help to keep your pet's skin and coat hydrated and healthy. It helps with joint and bone health. It supports your body's fight against inflammation and joint pain. Our fish oil is in the triglyceride form, which is the natural form from the fish, and it's not processed. So fish oils also help to boost the immune system. Omega fatty acids help cell membrane function and natural defense against allergies.
What are the key omega-3 fatty acids in this product? EPA, DHA, etc. And what do they do for dogs versus cats?
So it works pretty much the same way in dogs and cats. So like you said, we have EPA and DHA, which are the omega-3 fatty acids. And those are essential fatty acids, which means we can't really, the body doesn't really make those. And so you need to provide an outside source. And so that's the majority of what we have in there. And they work very similarly in dogs and cats with similar benefits.
What are the benefits of combining pollock oil with salmon oil?
Yeah, that's a great question. So pollock oil has, like a lot of omega-3 fatty acids, just like salmon oil. The thing with pollock oil, though, is it's more sustainable. There's bigger population. And so you get the health benefits and additional sustainability benefits by using salmon and pollock together.
Okay, this is an interesting one. How fast can pet owners expect to see results, like especially for skin and coat health, inflammation, or joint support? Like, is there like a time frame?
Yeah. So normally, sometimes you can see benefits within just the first couple of weeks.
Oh.
Sometimes it takes longer though, depending on how bad it is or how deficient they are in these omegas. And so I usually recommend when we're starting a supplement is that we give it at least 6 to 8 weeks, sometimes even up to 12 weeks. And like I said, many, many patients will see improvement before that time. But if you don't see improvement right away, you want to give it for at least 2 to 3 months before you give up, because we just may not see the full effect of it until that time.
Yeah. Okay. How often should pets take fish oil?
I recommend giving it every single day. So if we're giving a supplement and we're not giving it consistently, then we may not see the full benefits. So if you give it every once in a while, you're probably not going to see much, if any, improvement. But if you're giving it every day, that fish oil supplement, then you should see improvement with that. So yeah, it needs to be given every single day.
Mm-hmm. What is the correct dosage? Does that vary by weight, age, or species, like dog versus cats?
Yeah, so I always recommend going by the chart on the bottle. So it is by weight. Obviously, like if you have, a small dog or a cat, they're going to get less than a larger dog. So, the best recommendation is to follow the guidelines on the bottle itself so that you are giving the right dose.
Okay, lastly, Dr. Amber, can this be used for pets with special conditions like, pets that has heart diseases, skin allergies, joint degeneration. Are there any vet supervised guidelines while taking the oil?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I personally think, fish oil can benefit so many pets. But there are, some conditions where if your pet does have a special condition, has some kind of chronic illness, I would always recommend discussing with your own veterinarian who, is familiar with the medications they're on, the medical history, to get a really specific recommendation.
Any remarks on fish oil, Dr. Amber, like advice to the pet parents?
Yeah, one question we get pretty often is how old does my pet have to be to start fish oil? And so I usually recommend about 8 weeks. As long as they're 8 weeks old, you can go ahead and start that. And then if we think about, certain breeds, and we've talked about this previously, that are more prone to certain conditions. So, large breed dogs that are prone to orthopedic conditions, arthritis, that type of thing, then there's no problem starting when they're young. So we're hoping to prevent prevent it from getting more serious later on down the road. So 8 weeks old, and then especially in certain breeds that are prone to orthopedic conditions. For those of you who haven't tried fish oil, you can go to our website, vitalpetlife.com, and order it there. And it's also available on Amazon. Really recommend that you try it out and then give us your feedback. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you to everyone who tuned in today. I hope you learned as much as we did. As always, we'd love to hear your input on this episode, as well as ideas for topics you'd like to hear in the future. As we're building our community here, we'd love to hear from you. Email us at podcast@vitalpetlife.com with any thoughts, pet questions, or episode ideas. We're here for you.